Grand Rising, sweet souls. This is YaYa, the mystic, energy intuitive, and unifier, on a mission to bring people back home to love, to connected consciousness, to us, to the one, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to hop on and share the amazing synchronicities, signs, and symbols and messages that I have received just today. Super weird. Okay, so where do I even start? So, a couple nights ago, I got a message from my guide who um, recognized the path that we're both on and that it's no longer aligning, basically. Um, and we were supposed to meet up August 8th, but they had a reason to back out, and I fully 110% accepted it because I was kind of awaiting this person's message. Um, because I felt like a misalignment at some point through this journey between now and the last time I spoke with him. And I'm like, I'm totally okay with that. I accepted it. We had this beautiful communication together. And then after I spoke with him, I pulled that Earth Warriors tarot card. You'll see the post. I think it's going to be the one before this one right here. And it basically, my ancestors confirmed exactly what we were speaking about on my journey. Um, and it was like, it was reassurance that, I'm doing great. And, I completely surrendered to the divine, the will of the cosmos, the universe, the unknown, whatever you want to call it. So, then I basically tell him, hey, you can call me YaYa now, because he was misspelling my name, and I'm like, that's okay, I get it. That's something that has happened to me my whole life. Some people forget the H in Sarah, and although like I understand because some people misspell names, that's okay, but that's not me. So I had to like say, hey, I'm Sarah, but you can call me YaYa, and I told them I'm a mystic and energy intuitive and unifier. And then I let them know, hey, look, check out this video that I have. Um, and then he got back to me again this morning and, basically like, said thank you and that he's honored and all this wonderful stuff. And I just thought it was so beautiful. I thought it was so beautiful that like, we're honoring each other's paths, because he's there for a certain reason and I'm here for a certain reason, and we're doing what we're meant to do, and that's exactly perfect as it is. So today's Friday and I typically work out, but I swear every time I'd start to work out something would happen. The first time um I pressed the button on my cat's robot litter box, and it's like the first edition one, and it's old. It has like the seals broken in the back between the window and the round part that it's connected to. And I was like, it's dumping. Like I had to clean under or behind the litter box because it was literally like dumping out cat litter like out of the back of it. And I'm like, is it really doing what I think it's doing? That sounds like it's hitting the wall. And I check, and sure enough, it's hitting the fucking wall. And I'm like, I'm not having this anymore. This is disgusting. I don't want to have cat litter all over my floor. It's gross. That's the only thing I don't like about cats is the dang litter box. But I accept it because that's how we trained our cats. One of these days I might train her how to use the toilet if she ever leaves this room. That would be kind of cool because then I wouldn't have to worry about a litter box anymore, right? Maybe one of these days. I don't know. So I'm like, screw that. I'm going to go get a litter box. So I get in my car at 6:30 this morning, head over to freaking Walmart, and on my way, I go down this road where all the peacocks are at. And I shit you not, 3 of the who knows how many peacocks were chilling out on the dirt road outside of their property. And I saw the big majestic one that has all the beautiful feathers. I'll post a picture on it. I think I'm going to put that as my intro for this video because I'm realizing that when I do my videos, it keeps, it does a little freeze frame, and it's always like, or, or something funny like that, and I'm just like, okay, I need to really work on that. Because I don't edit my videos. I'm not gonna sit here and edit, because I don't sugarcoat things. I don't beat around the bush. I've always been like that. So why edit myself, right? I don't want to do that. Y'all get to see the raw version of me, exactly as I am. So anyway, all three of the peacocks were out. The big majestic one, the long ass feathers, who always I call to whenever I'm around, and he always calls back. Always calls back. And then there was like a little juvenile. His little tail feathers, I swear they must have been like this long. I could tell he was not nearly as big as his dad. I'm assuming that's his dad. I don't know. That's just what came to mind. I could be wrong. But little tiny little peacock tail feathers, and he's just smaller, and he's so freaking cute. I was like, oh my goodness, I want a peacock. And so I slow down so they can just trot ahead of me, and they hop over the little fence to a safe spot. And I just say, hey, I roll my window down and tell them I love them and it's good to see them out. And I just go on my way. So I get to one spot. So lately I've been doing, anytime I'm driving, I always hear take the road less traveled, because I don't want to get stuck behind a bunch of freaking traffic, like a bunch of people on these like two-way streets, just one lane on where I'm driving, one lane on the other side, because I drive through a lot of back roads. And so I hear take the road less traveled. So I went ahead and actually no, this time I didn't hear take the road less traveled. I just subconsciously went straight instead of turning right. And then once I realized where I was going, I'm like, Sarah, weren't you supposed to turn right back there? And I'm thinking, maybe not. And we'll just roll with that. Okay, so and I remembered I had to deposit a check at the bank. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can go ahead and stop at the bank then on the way. 7-7 when I said the bank. Oh, money's coming. Money's coming. If I saw 7-7 right when I said bank, and it's related to money, guess what? Money's coming. Fuck yes. I am open. I am ready. I receive. Anyway, so I'm driving through my old neighborhood that I grew up in. Because like I said, guys, I'm a native of my area. I never strayed too far. Farthest I've strayed from South County is up like near it's called Lake Nacimiento. I have my parents live up there. So I lived up there for a little while. Another story for another day. And then I lived in Osos, and then back in Paso, and now I'm back here in AG. And I'm driving by the park where I used to hang out all the time. I remember we had Easter egg hunts when I was a kid there. The freaking the Noid from Domino's, the big red guy with a weird tail and the red bunny or whatever. I don't know what he was. It was a really, 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 really weird thing, right? So a lot of memories at this park, because it was my old stomping grounds. I'm literally driving by this park, and I shit you not, there must have been 30 or 40 crows just chilling all throughout the entire park, eating, farting around, do whatever the crows do, right? And I'm reminding you guys, reminding myself too, that through this process of remembering, I have found out that I am a member of the bird tribe back in Indonesia from my past life. So I've always wondered why birds have been very prominent in my life. Like, they've been every single one, they all have their own message, but they all come and it's the perfect place at the perfect time, right? Always, always, always. So it was really crazy to see these birds all out and about. I'm like, holy fuck, there's a whole murder of them. Haha, crows, murder, haha. I'm like, I wonder what they're doing. Maybe they're plotting their next murder. Haha, just kidding. I got the weirdest humor, sorry. So I'm like, I passed them by, I'm like, whoa, trip out. And so I get to the bank, and I'm getting ready to get out of my car, and I look over, and there's an out of order sign on the ATM, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll take this as a sign to record a video. Well, I recorded the video, I deleted it, because I was just all over the place like I am now, but a little more so then. So let me drink some cocoa here. I drink a ceremonial cacao and I put honey, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, and turmeric in it, kind of like my own blend because I freaking love it. So I'm sitting there making a video and I look up at the roof and there's a crow sitting there. Oh yeah. Wait, hang on. Before the bank, I passed the murder of crows in the park, and this song, "The Rise of the Bird Tribes," come on. I think I posted it on my Facebook. I'm pretty sure it's there. I'll post it again today for those who have my Facebook account. It is under my. It's not under YaYa the Mystic. I might change that. It's under my Earth name, my given name, Sarah Bradshaw. So if y'all want to find me there, have at it. There I share my Native American stories I get from my ancestors. And I post my things, from YouTube. So people on Facebook can find me and people on YouTube find me. I saw 1111 just now too. That's so funny. So the Rise of the Bird Tribe song came on, and then I get to the bank, and then I see the crow. And then and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go to Walmart. So I go to Walmart and get what I need to get. I don't think anything fancy happened there because it's just Walmart. But driving home and, road less traveled because there were like 3 people ahead of me, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go the opposite direction of the least amount of people that go whatever direction. Because I was just at that same kind of fork in the road that I got to before I went to the bank. So 2 people went straight, 1 person went left. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go left. And then again, the road less traveled. So I'm going to go the opposite direction of where these people go. So they ended up turning left, 1212. They ended up turning left to get on the freeway. So I turned right to go back to the road that leads to home. So I go and I'm going up the big ass hill. And as I'm getting up to the top of the hill, I shit you not, here comes right over my head a hawk, a red-tailed hawk. No joke. Flies right over me and lands on a telephone pole across the street a little further down. And he's just like sitting there chilling, watching me pass him by again. It's so freaking weird. And then I get to the birds again, my peacocks. And chilling up at the very top of the tree is the papa peacock, the big one. And I slow down and I turn my music down and I roll down my window and I call to him because I've got that call down mastered. It sounds like they go, "Wee you," but I go, "Ee-ya, ee-ya, ee-ya." So I leave the call, right? Not even 2 seconds after I say it, he calls right back. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for you. I love you so much. So amazing. And I sit there for a second and just give him one more call, and he doesn't call back. He usually only does one because he's so astonished that it's me and I'm not a peacock, but I got the peacock call down. So every time they answer me, they're like, wait a second, that girl got the freaking peacock call down. I could tell because they're just like, what's going on? And then I get home and I get out of my car and I'm greeted by my little hummy. There's a hummy that sits in the tree that's near where I park, right out front. And he's sitting there and he's just making the most beautiful song. And I've said hi and tell him I love him and thank you for the song. And it's just been amazing. I'm really grateful. We are having an ant problem right now though, because they're looking for water. I swear this place is going to be a sanctuary for all wild animals eventually, because I feed the hummingbirds, but upon feeding the hummingbirds, the ants, we don't have a lot of water out here because I'm really behind on watering, but So I feed the ants. I mean, not the ants. I feed the ants now because the ants, we were going after the hummingbirds. And after, and then once I noticed, like when I went to change the hummingbird food, I've also been feeding the bees and the yellow jackets. So not only am I feeding the hummingbirds, but I'm feeding the bees, the ants, and the yellow jackets as well. I mean, this is so funny. But like I ran out of water for the ants, and I put it in one spot, and they found that spot, but I think there's more than one colony outside. They're all black ants, but I think they're all in different little areas in our property. So they were over here in my corner, and I'm like, here they come again. They're trying to get my freaking cat's water. And I'm like, no. So I had a essential oil, this little perimeter. I'm going to have to get this home defense stuff to put around the property so then they don't come in. And I put a bowl of sugar water over by the corner of my room here on the outside, hoping that they find it. But the ants on the inside, they haven't found it yet. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I'll figure it all out. But I just wanted to share with y'all, like, honestly, like, the day that I really shed the programs and paradigms and crap that didn't serve me, and I've completely opened my heart to love and trust and surrender, and said, you know what, you all take the wheel. Like, obviously I know what I'm doing. You know, I made the plan before I came here, but I need a little kick in the butt sometimes of remembrance, whether that be through sign symbols, synchronicities, or messages, humble messengers, however. And it's just been quite magical, and I'm super grateful for the journey. So I got a lot going on the next few days as far as getting ready for this Operation Surf tournament. I am in the process of putting a binding on a beautiful quilt that I have had in a bag for probably over 7 years now, and I finally got it back from my aunt, my beautiful aunt. She quilted it for me, because I did not have the opportunity to quilt it myself. I'm not going to get into that because I let it go, but I'm just super grateful, because like now that I'm at this space of healing and where I can actually give back to the community that I'm a part of, like I'm totally taking action with that, and I'm so grateful. But man, it's going to be a lot of work, because we're doing a wine event, and then we're setting up for the tournament, and I have my handmade gifts that I'm going to sell that didn't sell at the boutique that I did last year. So I'm at this point where I just want to get rid of things and start over, and that I don't really know what it's going to look like yet, but y'all are on this journey with me. Like I said before, like I don't care really who sees this. This is going to be for anyone of the future, you know, like, hey, look, this is the chick that really like started this whole shift, and this is, you know, because I found out I'm a prophet, and I'm still trying to figure out why I was chosen for that. At least the prophet in my reality. I can speak for my reality. I know, I'm sure there are other people out there that are prophets just like me in their reality, but in my reality right here, this one that y'all are tuning into, I am a prophet, because that's what a unifier does. A unifier is a prophet who speaks from the heart space, speaks their truth, and lives in their sovereignty, and has complete surrender over the universe, to the universe, basically. And I am humble, and I am honored and grateful for this role, and I'm going to do the best I can to fulfill this journey here. So I got to figure out what to do about these ants, because like over here, see, here's my cat's water, and they're coming down. They're coming from the carpet here. I don't know exactly where. You can see one's crawling right now. So I gotta talk with Grandpa and figure out what we can do about this, because I just don't, I'm not really a fan of ants, honestly. Like, I love them. I understand their role in the ecosystem. Like, every single living thing and non-living thing has a role in this earth, in this existence of earth and consciousness. But there's a line, there's a boundary that needs to be placed with these ants, because they're scout ants. We have scouts, and then the scouts find shit. Then they have to relay that message to the colony, and the next thing you know, the whole colony's in your house. I don't want that. That's why I'm feeding them outside. But they haven't gotten the message yet that there's a new bowl of sugar water out there, so maybe I need to move it. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. It'll all work out exactly how it needs to be. But I thank y'all for listening. If you are still tuned in at 21 plus minutes, I'm grateful to you. Y'all are amazing. I'm still in the works of trying to figure out what I want to do with this. And once I have more time with everything, we're going to reformulate, and we're going to actually have some structure of what days I want to share what. And I'm going to continue with these stories too, because, I think it's fun. I'm really excited for this journey I'm on, yo. So much is coming. I am grateful for everything I have. And I have everything I could possibly need or ever ask for. But at the same time, I'm also like, universe, come on, bring it. What other miracles you got for me? Because I accept them with open arms, an open mind, and an open heart. Whether it be new situations, new people, new circumstances, I accept it all. Let's go. Let's get this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As I always say, y'all, you do you, boo. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I love y'all. You have a fabulous day, okay? As one of my friends says, what does he say? Have a good day unless you have other plans. I love him so much. All right. Take care, y'all. Mwah.